Hey everyone, Ryan from Ebike. Today I'm going to be reviewing a hitch-mounted bike rack made for electric bikes. While it's a lot of fun to cruise around the city you live in, it's even more exciting to be able to get your electric bike and take it on the road with you. There's a lot of different places that you can explore. One thing to keep in mind if you're looking at these bike racks is your existing bike rack that you might have for other bikes won't necessarily work for electric bikes, mainly due to the fact that they are simply not rated for the additional weight of electric bikes. Hollywood Racks sent me the Sport Rider SE back in February, but I only recently was able to test it out. This is actually a version that can hold a cargo electric bike, so for instance our Rad Wagon, along with another electric bike with up to 5-inch wide tires, so that's going to work for fat tire bikes. Another thing to keep in mind if you're looking at purchasing a hitch-mounted bike rack is you may want to consider a cover such as the one that I have here from Pro Bike Tool. This is the XXL and it should fit over both of our electric bikes. I will be doing a separate video on this in the coming weeks. I will also put a link to this in the description. One thing that's nice about these is besides protecting against the elements when you're on the road or parked, is it also gives you a little bit of security because people won't necessarily know that you have electric bikes underneath the cover. So with that, let's get to our review of this bike rack offered by Hollywood Racks. As I mentioned, this is the Sport Rider SE. It's actually the same bike rack that Rad Power Bikes chose to offer directly on their website. I will put a link in the description to both Rad's website as well as these racks, which you can also purchase on Amazon. Of course, you can also check them out on Hollywood Racks' website. You'll note that these are a bit expensive, but in my opinion, it's worth paying for a quality rack when you consider you're potentially putting thousands of dollars on the back of your vehicle. One of the reasons I wanted to test this one out was because of all the positive feedback that I've seen online, both in the Facebook group as well as the forum for Rad Power Bikes owners that I run. Install took about an hour, but we are definitely taking our time. Hollywood Racks has a video that would have been helpful if we would have watched it beforehand. You could definitely tell that this is a well thought out rack. It weighs 56 pounds, but you will need a 2-inch receiver as these bike racks are not meant to be used with a 1 1/4 inch hitch adapter. They advertise a no wobble hitch system on their website, and the bikes definitely felt solid on the vehicle. There's another video from Hollywood Racks demonstrating just how they designed this no wobble hitch system. Note that if you're mounting step-through bikes, you will need to purchase a bike adapter, which acts as an artificial top tube. On our 2018 Rad Wagon, we did not need this adapter, but the frame on the new Rad Wagon 4 has changed, so something to keep in mind. These racks can hold up to 80 pounds per bike. I do recommend removing the batteries prior to loading. I even decided to remove some of our more fragile accessories prior to our trip. Keep in mind that this bike rack can be used for other bikes, not just electric bikes. I plan to take both our Rad Wagon and my mountain bike on several trips. As you can see in the video, your bikes may obstruct your rear brake lights and possibly blinkers. I have seen some folks add third-party lights and affix them to the rear part of the rack. As far as attaching goes, there's one center piece that locks down on the center of the bike frame. Beyond that, you just need to strap the tires down in place. I was actually quite impressed at how easy the bike goes on. However, in many cases though, it is helpful to have 2 people load the bike. One thing when you first set up this bike rack is you do need to adjust where the wheels sit, so that's just a one-time adjustment. I wanted to show just how our Rad Wagon attaches. When you purchase the cargo bike version of this rack, they do recommend the cargo bike be towards the rear, and then you'll see on the inside of the rack there are the wider wheel holders to accommodate up to 5-inch wide tires, and then on the Rad Wagon there you can see the tire straps, which are the other attachment points. One other slick feature of this bike rack is that you can actually lower the electric bikes, and this helps it move it out of the way of your vehicle. So when I pull that there, you can see it go down, and then when we open the trunk, obviously this is going to depend on your vehicle if you have two bikes on there, but we're able to get clearance when there was one electric bike on this vehicle. Hollywood Racks has also thought about security. That locking point there, that's the center arm that locks your electric bikes in place. And then you also have a lock on the vehicle where the hitch attaches. And then finally, they do provide another cable lock, which these all use the same keys. Of course, you can always use your own lock if you so choose. One last feature worth talking about is how this bike rack folds up when you're not hauling electric bikes. We already put that center arm down, but then when you use the pin, it will fold the rack up towards the vehicle. This is going to be really nice if it's in a garage and you just want it out of the way so you don't run into it. And then, of course, you can follow the opposite steps to lower it when you need it. And then, as I mentioned, that center bar is going to fold up, and then you'll be able to load your electric bikes. I hope you found this video useful. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I also have a list of recommended electric bike accessories as well as my electric bike deals page. I will put a link in the description to both of those. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it.